and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated Superstar Tim Vicious. And folks, we're going to go over Raw this week. Was in San Jose, California. Hey, now, before we get into the show, you need to address the first big news about with California, folks. The stuff that's going on over there in LA, it's no laughing matter. It's no joke. There are people, family, friends, loved ones, men, women, kids, animals, a lot of them. No food, no home, no place to put their head down at night. If you can help out in any kind of way, $5 to Red Cross, just grab a bunch of old shirts or pants you don't need anymore. You know, if you got an old laptop you don't use or an old tablet or whatever, give it to them, donate it, do whatever you can to help a brother out because, you know, they need it. They need help, legit. So, with that said, now we're going to try and get into the show. Folks, we are millimeters, and I'm not joking, millimeters away from our goal of breaking over 500. It is real simple. All we got to do, go over 500. It could be 501, it could be 510, hell, it could be 1,000. I would love 1,000. If we could get 1,000 before Royal Rumble, oh man, I will go out of my way to send out a thank you gift to all 1,000 subscribers. But we break over 500. I will go out of my way. I will reach out to one random subscriber and give them a gift courtesy of yours truly. Shirt, Vicious Rants apparel, much like what I'm wearing right here if you're watching the video. All you got to do is simple. Watch the video. You're watching this video, so you're on the YouTube page, right? All you got to do, click the subscribe button here or here or here or here. I don't know where the subscribe button is. It depends on what device you're watching it on. If you're listening to this on audio form, go to youtube.com/Tim, the number 2, the number 3, Vicious. Click the subscribe button. Folks, you get Vicious Rants, which you're watching now. You get the Vicious Chats, which comes out every other week. And we got really good guests coming up soon, plus new guests lined up to sit down and talk to eventually. You also get Vicious Words of Wisdom every Monday and Thursday, which yours truly does share his oh so whimsical words of wisdom, which, keep in mind, can't really think of anything else to explain on that. And think about this. You never know what random shit posting I'm going to do, and I guarantee you guys are going to like that. So, what's to complain about? It's a hell of an entertainment platform, so yeah, enjoy it. So with that said, now let's switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from SmackDown. It started out with my savior, Paul Heyman, coming out speaking on behalf of the OTC, the only tribal chief, Roman Reigns, saying that Roman gave him permission to speak on his behalf, and Roman is officially declaring his name as an entry into this year's Royal Rumble. He then proceeded to go and say that he wanted Cody Rhodes to come out to the ring. Cody came out, which, nothing out the ordinary. He looked oh so dashing and proper as he always does. The only thing I noticed that felt a little different was Cody wasn't holding the title like the old 80s NWA World's Heavyweight Champions would. He had it over his shoulder, which is like, that's a little different. Okay. But he came in, then Paul looked at him and said, Cody, I am so proud of you for everything that you have done and you've accomplished during this time as world champion. You have carried this company on your back. You have helped WWE progress leaps and bounds where nobody would have thought. However, I am to inform you, Roman Reigns' intent is to win the Royal Rumble and to challenge you and to reclaim his WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. So, Cody, what do you want to talk about? And just as he was about to say something, next thing you know, you hear Kevin Owens start to talk, and he's working his way down through the crowd. And you just see this look on Cody's face like, not gonna let this motherfucker get me, not gonna let him get to me, not gonna let him get to me, not gonna let him get to me, and then eventually, motherfucker, he got to me. And then you just see Cody just drop what he's doing, bolt out, and then they just start swinging and slugging at each other, and they're going at it all the way until they're off screen. Next thing you know, you see Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu get into the ring, corner Paul Heyman's like, no, 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 until eventually Jimmy Uso comes in, starts throwing hands at them. Next thing you know, big skirmish brouhaha. Jimmy gets taken out, and then Jimmy gets taken out. Cody shows up. Cody helps, does a save. Bing, bang, boom. Next thing you know, main event, it's Jimmy and Cody versus Jacob and Tama Tonga. Now, I will let you know on this, Solo was not seen at all during this show. However, it was announced that Solo will be there this Friday coming up. So, looking forward to that. And that makes sense because we want to know, where Solo's bloodline go from here? It's called building anticipation, folks. It's real simple. It's one of the main components for storytelling. But the main event match between Cody, Jimmy versus Jacob and Solo, it was good. I liked it. Versus Jacob and Tama. I'm sorry. Got my names confused and fucked up. But Jacob and Tama Tonga, they got the win. Really cool, really good to see. So, curious to see where the bloodline goes from here. But the other highlights from SmackDown, we had a women's united. We had Chelsea Green defending her coveted United States Championship against Mi Chin. Good match. Chelsea got the win. Not much of a shocker there. We had Los Garza having a match against Pretty Deadly. Yes, boys. And Los Garza got the win. We had Shinsuke Nakamura defending his coveted United States Championship against L.A. Knight. Yeah, dummy. Yeah, let me talk to you. Now, this was one hell of a match right here. I thoroughly did enjoy it. Unfortunately, it ended in a DQ finish when Jacob and Tama Tonga came out to beat the crap out of LA Knight. And this was because after the whole opening segment, you see Nick Aldis with security trying to get Jacob and Tama out of the building just, for cooler heads to prevail type deal. And then as you see Jacob screaming and yelling in a security guard's face, you just see LA Knight out of nowhere. Oh, come here, and whoop, throw him out like a bouncer, close the door, and then look at Aldis. Problem solved. Yeah. So it looks like to me they're transitioning from having the Solo's bloodline mostly feuding with Roman and Cody and all to transitioning into LA Knight. So I'm not going to argue on that. We also had a women's fatal four-way for the number one contendership for the women's title. And this came to be because Tiffany was out there doing a championship ceremony celebrating on how she is now the new women's champion. Then we had Nia Jax, Bayley, Bianca and Naomi all come out to go and say, whoa, 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 whoa. I deserve a shot. No, I deserve a shot. No, I deserve a shot. No, I deserve a shot. And then all of them going back and forth at each other. And Tiffany's just like, you know what? All of you can argue who deserves a shot at me. I'm going to go. Toodles. And as she's leaving, then Nick Aldis comes out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ladies, ladies, ladies. You all present valid points on why you should be the number one contender. So what I propose is a fatal four-way number one contenders match. So then we get the match. Bayley winds up getting the win. So Bayley's the new women number one contender for the women's title. If I had to guess, Royal Rumble latest, Saturday night main event on the 25th, the soonest. And yeah, that's it for SmackDown. So with that said, let's get into this week's show, Raw in San Jose. It starts out with one Charles Montgomery Punkish, CM Punk, coming out to the ring. And he talks about on how Seth is behind him. He's looking into the future. He's now got championship goals in mind. He's going to go and win the Royal Rumble. And then Seth comes out, and as Seth's music is playing, you just see Punk leaning against the ring, holding the microphone. Why couldn't it be Rhea Ripley? Why couldn't it be Rhea Ripley? Dude, we all wish we could be interrupted by Rhea. Hell, I wouldn't mind Rhea Ripley interrupting this show right now. She's not coming. Story of my life. Moving forward, though, Seth then comes out, talks about on how, I've had a lot of highs and a lot of lows in my career. I've climbed mountains, I've won titles, I've done a lot of things nobody would have ever thought I could do. But losing to you last week was the worst thing to ever happen in my career. Now, one thing is for certain. I am going to be in the Royal Rumble, and I am going to make sure you do not win. And as them two are looking at each other and looking like they're getting ready to go for another round, next thing you know, we hear the bagpipes ringing, and then Punk again on the mic. Why keep interrupting me? And then Drew comes out, and again, I have made this argument before about the bad guys. The best villains, the best bad guys, do not see themselves as bad guys. They see themselves as the hero, willing to do the stuff the other good guys won't do to achieve the greater good. They're making the argument about their ends justifying the means. And again, I use comic book examples all the time to make it simple. Look at the Avengers movies with Thanos, and what he was looking to achieve was his total end game helpful? One could make an argument, yes, but was how he did it the right thing to do, causing massive genocide on a universal scale? Of course it was wrong. But one can make an argument. Yeah, I'm not saying I was for or against that, by the way. I'm just saying you could. But either way, Drew came out making the argument. Seth, look at you. Now, you were standing there all high and mighty talking about on how you would do anything possible to make sure Roman wouldn't get back in power. He wouldn't be the tribal chief again. All of that. You stood there high and mighty on your laurels on that. But let me ask you this, Seth. Where were you last week when Roman was in tribal combat? Where were you to prevent him from winning? Because Sami Zayn was out there helping him. Jey Uso was out there helping him. Jimmy was out there helping him. I'm just paraphrasing this, mind you. But he was saying there were people out there helping Roman get the win. But where were you to help make sure he didn't? Calling him out on what he said. And it made a lot of sense because, again, it's that, you know, you want to be mad because he's a bad guy, but god damn it, he makes perfect fucking sense. And then Drew said, now, I still have a goal in mind. I plan on becoming a world champion again. But it's not like I could just go and challenge a champion. So I have to go and earn it. But you know, if I go and try and earn it, I'm going to get stopped by either this goof or that goof. Because not like either of you have tried to put a wrench in my plans before. So if only there was a match where I could go and contend to get a guaranteed title shot at someone at some point. Oh, wait, there is. It's coming up. It's the Royal Rumble. And guess what? I'm in it. So Drew's now officially declared his name into the Royal Rumble. And then then that was it. So now we get into our first match of the night. It was the leader of American Made. Still think that would have really paid off if they did that for them. Chad Gable going against Penta. Zero Mero. Did not freaking expect Penta to show up anytime soon, but my God, it did, and wow, he came with such an aura. And folks, do want to point out, WWE Shop did drop a lot of Penta merch. So, what I'm saying is, if you go to the QR code that is on the screen right there, it will take you to WWE Shop, which, by the way, we here at the Vicious Studios are WWE Shop affiliates. So, you go to that link, and in turn, buy whatever Penta merch you want. That really nice looking Penta t-shirt. Either one of Penta's masks, because they have two different ones for them. You get either one. And we here at the Vicious Studios receive a small nominal commission, which helps us improve the show, which, folks, I don't know if you've noticed, but the show's in a bit of a higher quality as of late. We're no longer in like the old standard 480 to 720 kind of video resolution. No. We've upgraded. So, proof positive. We are making things better. You help us. We make this better for you. It's for your enjoyment. Thank you. Scan that QR code for the WWE Shop affiliate link. Buy whatever you want. And folks, I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but if you got discount codes for free shipping, free overnight shipping, 50% off, whatever it is, go ahead, use it. You can still use whatever discount code you want, and they won't take it away from you. Keep that in mind. So, Gable, Penta, really good match. Nice start. Penta, it was really good. Penta, now it did look like he was off on one or two spots, but I don't. This is just me. Freestyling here. I don't mind that. I kind of like that. Because if everything looked smooth and super polished, it would feel like I was watching like a choreographed thing from Disney on Ice or something. You know, I'm watching wrestling. I'm watching two human beings lock horns and throw punches at each other. I want the fight to look a little sloppy and a little clunky at times. I mean, I'm not talking like both joints lock like gah gah gah, like you're smashing two action figures together. But you know, if a guy like goes to throw a punch and like, oh, it looked like a bad punch, I'm cool with that. You know, but at one point, it was Gable. He was starting to work on Penta's one leg, trying to soften it up for the ankle lock. It was all good, though. And aside from the fact of Penta looked like $1,000,000, my big takeaway was on commentary, Michael Cole talking about Penta's reading Penta's resume, talking about how he was a former TNA World Champion, which he was. He was a former Lucha Underground Champion. The fact that they brought up both of those, mind blown. Now, match came to an end. Penta wound up doing that arm breaker of his, and then did a Penta, then did a driver. They call it the Penta driver. Also, the fact that Pentagon wound up doing a Mexican Destroyer. Wow. Really cool to see. He got the 1, 2, 3. Really good match. At the end, Jackie Redmond came in and went to go do an interview with Penta. Penta went to go then cut a promo, and I was flabbergasted. Maybe it's just me. I didn't know. Maybe I just slept on it and never paid attention, but this was my first time hearing Penta actually speak English. And it was just like, I was just like, wait. Penta? English? What happened to Jose? Penta needed Jose the assistant for the longest time. For Penta says, and it was just like, wow. But it was cool to see. I really hope eventually Rey Fenix is going to be able to get in there soon, because while I see nothing but a good solid road ahead for Penta as a singles competitor, I do also want to see him flourish with the Lucha Bros as a tag team. So next matchup, we go from a hard-hitting action like that to having Jimmy going against Ludwig Kaiser. We got Sheamus versus Kaiser again, and this was good old solid fight. You got the big, beefy, angry Irishman fighting the mean, lean Jack, not Jack, but the mean, lean, angry German. And it's like, I don't want to say it was like a bar fight from the Quiet Man, because that can only be described as a Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus match. But this was definitely like something you would see. This was definitely like a bar fight you'd see. You see a bar fight going over there, you're just like, hey, let me get 2 fingers. Let me get 2 fingers of bourbon. Keep them coming so long as that fight's going. It's a good show. And that's all that was. That's how I could best describe it. Really good. I really liked it. Kaiser, he was leading into the commercial break. Sheamus wound up leading post-break. It was just, oh man, I loved it. And Jimmy got the win post with a bro kick. Afterwards, he got into a screaming match with Braun Breaker, who was sitting on the other side of the barricade behind the commentators watching. So I really want to see Sheamus win the Intercontinental, just so that way he could be, as he even said, the greatest Grand Slam champion of all. Because how many other Grand Slam champions have won the Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, King of the Ring, World, Intercontinental, US, and tag titles? None. I'm all for Sheamus being that guy. Now we come to Lyra Valkyria. Lyra going against Dakota Kai for the finals in the Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament. And hard to believe this match was competed just a little over 6,200 miles away from Rio de Janeiro, where Pat Patterson won the Intercontinental Championship himself. Now, I'm not going to lie, if Pat was alive, I really think he would have been all for this, and I think it really would have been cool if Pat would have been the one to present the winner with the title. But either way, Lyra and Dakota, really good, nice, fast start with the pace. Look, trying to squeeze an inch between each other, seeing who can land the major blow to take the advantage. Lyra wound up doing that, doing a suplex from the ring apron to the outside mat, and you could see not only Dakota taking the suplex, but Lyra afterwards after landing like, oh, God, screaming and hurting like you would not believe. So, but as the match went on, Dakota, she started to build a bit of a comeback after post break, but to no avail. Dakota, she went to go for a scorp for that running kick of hers, missed. Lyra then wound up going. Lyra then capitalized, hit the Nightwing for the 1-2-3. So your winner and new inaugural WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria. Oh, you know, as a good old Irish boy, it is always great to see a strong Irish woman get the win. Good on you, Lyra. Next up, we got The Miz going against Sami Zayn. And on a side note, I do want to note, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but earlier in the show, I get that they're experimenting and trying new things with the whole Raw and Netflix deal. And they had a little ticker down at the bottom showing still to come tonight, and one of the matches they said was Miz versus Sami. And then later in the show, they showed a segment where Miz was talking to Sami, and Miz pretty much was trashing on Sami based on everything McIntyre said, and then Sami said, well, tell you what, how about you and me have a match tonight and I show you where I stand? Basically like that, and all I could think is yeah, that's cool, but the ticker kind of gave that away. Yeah. Either way, as far as the match went, I didn't mind it. Miz wound up leading throughout the entire way, leading the whole way to go until the end. Sami wound up getting the win with a blue thunder bomb. This was pretty much a let me up match, which I can't really argue on, but folks, we need to mark this because this is only the second time in history we have seen Sami Zayn get the win on TV with a blue thunder bomb. So yeah, now we come to main event match of the night. Damian Priest versus Finn Balor in a street fight. And Priest, he comes out, Singapore cane in hand, standing there in the ring, looking at the entryway, ready like, all right, come on, you little Irish prick, I'm gonna slap the stupid off you. And as Finn's music's playing, next thing you know, he comes out of nowhere from the crowd with a Singapore cane of his own, wham, cracks Priest, and then starts going to town on him, so he hits him before the bell. That in turn leads to the match. And then once Priest gets his win, catches his breath from that shot, he straight up starts marking and beating the piss out of Finn like he owed him money. Big car crash type match. It's a street fight. What do you expect? The match eventually leads out into the crowd, and then Priest does a broken arrow off of almost in like a New Jack kind of spot, from the crowd, from an entry ramp, through a big thing of tables. They cut the commercial after that. Post-commercial, you see Priest in the ring, but Finn actually getting stretchered. And you see Pierce and EMTs checking Finn, doing the thing like squeeze my finger, you okay? Talking to him like you good. They got him in a neck brace, they got him strapped to the stretcher, all that jazz. And then eventually, and the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, oh fuck, please don't tell me that Finn legit got hurt. Please, no. And then you see Priest just climb on out of the ring and then run straight up to there, go punch Carlito, knock out JD who was there. And do want to note, the reason Dominic wasn't there was because when he presented Liv with some roses saying, I'm sorry, it wasn't anything like that. Wasn't anything like what you think, I swear. And Liv's like, oh, Dom, it's okay. You got nothing to be sorry about. But if you want to make it up, you can get me and Raquel's bags and load them up in the car. So that's why Dom wasn't out there. Because he was out there with Liv and Raquel, and some guys have all the luck. Motherfucker! Anyways, back to the match. Priest knocks out Carlito, knocks out JD, starts throwing some punches on the Finn's chest, wheels the stretcher all the way down back to the ring, unhooks him, throws him into the ring, and then the match starts going again. They start not going again, but the match continues, and then they start brawling and fighting some more. And then Carlito and JD, they start to help build the advantage. It's a 3-on-1 beatdown until the War Raiders come out, and then they help even the odds. They go and take out those. They take out the rest of Judgment Day. Then we get back to Finn and JD. Or not, Finn and Priest, I should say. I'm sorry, wrong choice of words. Match is good. It's, again, street fight, car crash, demolition derby, mayhem. Priest gets the win. How it goes, he does a Razor's Edge on the Balor on the outside onto a table outside of the ring. They get inside and then goes and does the South of Heaven for the 1, 2, 3. So that is it. Stick a fork in him. He is done. Your winner is Damian Priest, and this episode was 2.5 hours long compared to last week, which was 3. This is a thing I really kind of like. I like with the Netflix on here is that there's no actual set time limit. It could be 2 hours, it could be 2:15, it could be 2:30, it could be 3, it could be 3:03. I like it. I like that. So with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. So, like on always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Library Fighting Championship. A little bit of wrestling, a little MMA, a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Don't forget to check out whatamaneuver.net for some Vicious Rants apparel. Perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or a shirt to buy just to and give to Goodwill so you can hold on to your own. We got regular tees, we got women's tees, toddler tees, baby onesies, long sleeves, and tanks. Also, folks, do not forget to follow these cool-ass cats right here on that Twitter. DSP_IV, main event _net, the main event wrestling network Twitter account. Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, and D-Dryer 1986. And folks, like I always tell you, you love me great, and if you hate me,
shut up and sit down.
Fuck you.